I can't keep living this way. I can't do this anymore. That does sound familiar. Divorce, why you should never consider it, its consequences, and 5 steps to get out of that marital crisis is our focus in this video. I'm Bodas from Wisdom for Dominion. Statistics show that 1 in every 3 marriages ends in a divorce, and in the West it's as high as 1 in every 2. So more and more people are boarding this train as supposed way out of their marital crisis. Definitely not the best experiences in the world. So what do you do when your most cherished relationship is falling apart, when you feel you just can't put up anymore? Well, there is always something you can do. No matter how far you think you've gone, there is something you can do. And that's what we are looking straight into right now. The very first reason why you should reconsider on going to that courtroom is because of the pain and trauma that this experience is going to leave you in. Every form of separation and division always leaves the thing in pieces or in parts. And divorce leaves its victims with low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-value, a fear of the future, and a broken heart. All this leads down to an identity crisis. You don't want to lose your identity. You don't want to live with a kind of pain, a deep craving and emptiness in your soul because something died within you. And the second reason why I would love you to reconsider before signing that paper is the trauma that divorce leaves on your children. If you've got kids, then you must take this very seriously. Studies have shown that children who grow up in a broken home of some sort grow up with a character defect, an identity crisis, and an empty gap within them that was supposed to be filled by the love of one parent who wasn't there. So the trauma of living between 2 homes, the trauma of having to get appointment before meeting either a dad or a mom, is really devastating for your children. Also, statistics show that more than 80% of convicts trace the root of their misbehavior to some broken home of some sort, and that is why street crimes and violence are rapidly increasing in our society today, because these are people who grew up without either the love of a father or the love of a mother or the teaching of one parent or the other. So for your children's sake, stay married. The third reason why you should consider saving and not abandoning your marriage is because of the consequences you bring on society. It may never have crossed your mind, but your relationships, your decision to take a divorce or whatsoever may be personal, but it's definitely not private, because the consequences affect beyond you and your family, and it affects all of us. Think of a society filled with people with broken hearts, feeling regret, feeling pain within, and hating the opposite sex. Think of children who are victims of such an environment, growing up with character defects and identity crisis. This accounts for the increasing high rate of street crimes, promiscuity, and violence in our streets. Well, I won't be helping much, just diagnosing the problem. So what is a way out? Right now, let's look at 5 proposed strategies to take and remedy every marital crisis you may be going through. One thing is sure, I may not know how much pain you've been through, I may not know how much you've put up with, and really I can't know that. But one thing I'm sure is, if you follow these strategies, there is definitely going to be hope. The very first step to saving your marriage is determination. You must determine within yourself to be ready to do whatever it takes to save your relationship. It's no longer time to point fingers and assign blame, but it's time to forgive and take personal responsibility. Yes, I said forgive. Determine within yourself that you're going to try through all the time, and once you achieve that goal, it's going to be a personal testament to you. Secondly, you need to get help from authorized dealers. Yes, authorized dealers. Actually, you need help because marriage is not a product of man, it's not a product of the courtroom, it's not a product of legislation. It's a product of the Creator. And you need help from authorized dealers, those who give you counsel, help, and support based on scriptural principles which they have studied and researched, and also which they have proven in their practical life and relationship. Thirdly, become a student in the school of marriage. Many a times we assume that because we love each other, we are going to make it in marriage. How sad! Love doesn't make marriage work. What you need is knowledge, understanding, and wisdom so you can know exactly what to do to build your home. Without which, you will keep making the same mistakes, doing the same things, and expecting different results. So get books on relationships, attend seminars, study, research, inform yourself, and permanently destroy your ignorance. And you realize a lot of mistakes that you've been making over the years. So the fourth solution is to engage in spiritual exercise. Prayers is a powerful tool to keeping your family on course and united. Like I earlier stated, marriage is not a product of man and not a product of the court nor the legislation, so they can't fix it. Only a manufacturer has the legal understanding on how to fix their product. So take your marriage to the Creator. He is very much interested and willing to mend the pieces, the broken parts, the cracks. Take it to Him in prayers, and you're definitely going to start seeing great changes in your marriage. The last solution is to avoid negative influences and inappropriate company. Of course, it's definitely inappropriate for someone married to spend most of their time with singles or divorcees. These people sow seed into your subconscious mind from their experience, and you gradually start making decisions based on those wrong seeds. So surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with encouraging and supportive people. Like the saying goes, he who walks with the wise is definitely wise. So there sure are many ways to solve a marital crisis, but divorce definitely ain't one of them. You can walk your way out, you can make it through for the sake of your personal life, for the sake of your children, and for the sake of your society. Well, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll be happy to help as much as I can. Check the video description for more resources. Please hit that like button and subscribe for more interesting content every weekend. I personally selected a great couple of videos here for you, which I'm sure you're definitely going to love them. Check them out and see you in my next video.